doing about 40 miles an hour. I am fuming. I finally get up to the right of this fat lady putting her fucking nails. Holy shit! Ron Bennington and Gail are looking in the window.
You did it for about 30 seconds.
Oh, for Christ's sake. Hope they're not listening. I don't want a pro watching me. Look, he looks like the capo of some, doesn't he? Some Philly capo. What was I talking about? Oh, the fat lady so I get up next to her. She's putting nail polish on in the left lane of a fucking highway. She had both hands up on the thing, and she was. Can you make that up? Jesus Christ. Fat, ugly, and dumb, you know? Yeah, sure. Sure. Let's get him in here. Ronnie Bennington, I don't know why he's still in the building, but we're gonna try to get him in here. Yeah? No, he's wandering around. Both my producers leave the room. Mr. Bennington's entering the building. Ron, you mind if I sit in this chair?
You know what?
This is your chair, I understand. I'll stand up.
You look like you should have been doing this your whole life instead of wasting your time with stand-up comedy, begging drunks for laughs.
I look it or I sound it? I'd rather have you say I sound it.
No, you sound it, yeah.
Do you hear that, folks, you haters out there? That was Ron Bennington, who everybody agrees is a radio aficionado. So you people on Twitter, you can lick my left nut.
You
Your
know
thoughts?
What? I'm upset about it. I thought you were going to Montreal.
No, I wanted to stay here.
Is that right? What happened?
Really did. I'm just tired. I've done that festival 100 times. No offense. I don't want to be in a hotel for 4 or 5 days, do a couple meaningless sets, and interview comedians I don't give a fuck about. That's how it summed it up.
You must be getting a hell of a lot of money because the bluntness that you have with going to Montreal is pretty great.
I'm not getting that much money.
You're not.
What, here?
Yeah.
You know how it works. No, I'm doing all right.
Yeah. Nice.
Again, but we live in New York, so you know what I mean? You cut it in half.
Yeah, you do cut it in half.
I'd be doing well if I was, in Albany.
If you were in Albany, you would be the big guy. You'd probably end up owning the car business up there. But are you enjoying doing this radio?
I love doing this.
Yeah.
And I love the studio, and I do. I absolutely. The hours are perfect. I come in the middle of the afternoon, right? So there's no traffic, so to speak of. Everything's relative, but. And then I leave here. There's no traffic. And you can't say that coming from Westchester that often.
Well, here's the thing.
Sure.
Everything ran well here for years. Opie's had a solid job for, I think, 15 straight years.
Yeah.
And then Nick Di Paolo joins, and the whole apple cart is turned over.
No, wait a minute now. You're just trying to stir up some shit.
No, that's what he got in trouble for. But what I'm saying is this.
Oh, I didn't know that story.
Oh, you just heard about it?
I just heard about it.
Yeah. I don't know anything.
Me either.
But it feels weird, right? Now, what's your plan? Are you looking for that slot? Are you going to move the mornings and push Jimmy to afternoons?
What did I just do? I just told you how much I loved these hours because of the traffic. I base my life around traffic, and I'm perfectly happy where I'm at. But, if somebody goes, hey, we'll kick it up a few notches money-wise, I'll take a look at it. I'm not fucking retarded over here.
But there's like a Shakespearean who's in the shadows, who has the sharp knife.
Fuck you.
And right away, as soon as I heard anything, I go, Di Paolo's behind this. This is pure Di Paolo.
First of all, I take that as a compliment because I don't have that kind of savvy. If I had those street skills, I wouldn't be telling jokes and radio. I'd be out on the streets selling dope to kids like I should be and my relatives. You know what I mean? I don't have that street savvy. When I worked at Chris Rock HBO, I marveled at these people who had office politics down to a.
Right.
They played people against each other and just passive aggressive. I don't have that in me. I wear my
you what? What do
my
you
mustard
wear?
on my sleeve. Whatever the fuck.
You wear your mustard
my emotions.
Yeah.
Right?
What was the big show? Because I don't want to bother you. I'm just running around saying I'll be in Montreal doing Comedy 101, which I've asked you time and time. This would have been the third time.
You never asked me to do anything in Montreal.
Yeah.
Did you really?
My guy Chris has asked you twice.
I think Chris might be lying to you.
So you never remember being asked? You said both times you were working. This is a show that we do.
Yeah.
We go out and it's open micers and we just let the comics tear them to shreds. It's basically yeah.
I was working.
Yeah. And then we're like, this time we're like, holy shit, Bobby's going to be there, Norton's going to be there, Di Paolo's going to be there. This is the perfect lineup.
Yeah.
You're out. Bobby tells me, I don't know, I'm not staying. I got to, he started smoking cigars, and that's all he can think about now.
Does he keep them in the back of his neck in those folds? It looks like he's got 6 cigars on the back.
It's just cruel.
It's cruel but true.
I know, that's why I needed you at this show, but you don't want to be in Montreal.
I don't like being mean to people.
Yeah.
I'm the roast, I got tired of. Those Comedy Central things are fun, but then it's the same guys, and some of them are your friends on the dais, so you start cutting deeper. Yeah, I was never comfortable with that.
Yeah, I don't. I'm actually not a fan of roast either. This is just picking on open mic comics. It's just.
I don't want to crush their dreams.
But yes, that's what it is. Take a fucking dream and stamp on it. It's beautiful.
Did you come up with that premise?
Yes.
Yeah, it sounds like. By the way, Ron goes on, at the stand a few times. Months ago, he comes in there. I didn't even know he was still doing.
I'm not.
He goes on right after me though, and doesn't miss a beat. I'm like, he's gonna take it in the face here. Watch this. Just first, he throws a few zings at me as I'm leaving the stand, and that's how he endears the audience to himself. And then, but like a true pro,
I just went after his set. Watch, Nick is going to mingle now because he went in and tore into the paying customers. And I'm old school. I don't believe that. I'm like, the customer's the most valued thing that we have.
Yeah, but there's one thing you're missing. Today's customers, half of them don't pay to get in. So I'm going to open their fucking holes. Good point.
I stopped in this weekend and a guy. Well, I'll say this. You go in for a nice night. Rich Voss, he goes on stage, he sits down now, he just turned 60. So he's just trying to ease into life and he's just telling some stories and he's nice.
Yeah.
And then a guy goes, that's the funniest joke you've told yet. And Voss turns on this guy and beats him until he's just powdered and goo on the ground.
All 60 years worth of angst and bitterness just unloaded.
Yeah. He literally yelled at the guy, I'm a loaded gun. And it was so fucking funny and so great to see.
I'm a loaded gun, a squirt gun, because when I talk, I spit.
Yeah, you'd be...
You cocksucker! Let me tell you, Voss is as vicious as anybody.
Yeah.
And funny. When you're sitting around the table busting balls, he's as good as anybody. He's got that comedy DNA, and you don't want to get into a pissing match with Voss.
Or his wife. Yeah, or his wife. They both come at you like the fucking razors in their hands, just slicing you up. And they got a kid like that now, too. Their kid is really funny and cruel.
How old?
I don't know how old she is. I can't tell what kids are. That's how I got in trouble.
Well, did it have a bikini on or fucking a mini skirt or a pair of pajamas?
I don't know, what, like 8, 9?
Yeah, I think 8
something
9.
like that.
It's a girl you're talking about.
Yeah, it's a little girl.
Yeah, I hope she looks like Bonnie.
She looks like Bonnie had a stand-in.
Is that right?
Yes, like exactly like Bonnie.
Oh, wow. Bonnie's cute.
Yeah,
I say that out of due respect to Rich.
Yes, we picked
all
that
due respect.
So what were you working on today before? I don't want to come in and bother you.
I got to be honest with you. I'm glad you wandered by because it was one of those days.
Right.
I didn't have much to open. You know what I mean?
Well, I just did a show with Tim and Eric, and you never know you know who they are, right?
Yeah, Tim Kaine and
yes, it's Tim
Eric
Kaine.
Kornfeld. I don't know. Who's Tim and Eric?
Tim and Eric is a very big
radio show.
No, a TV show for years. They're on the Adult Swim. They're for the millennials. And
why would you think I know? I'm in my late 70s.
Because you keep your ear.
I watch
down
adult diapers. Good evening. Sing, ding, ding.
You got your ear to the ground like an old Indian.
Now, is that a Native American Indian or one who just got here to fix my TV?
No, Native American. I don't use it that way. All right, what were you working on here?
I haven't got to anything yet. It was in my opening. It said, happy birthday to my mom. She'll be 106 today. And my first thing I wanted, if I hear one more Major League Baseball announcer use the word scuffling instead of struggling,
Right.
I am going to fucking lose my shit.
They say they scuffle when they're in trouble.
You guys are going to notice this from here on in.
Yeah.
Harold Reynolds started it by accident, I think. Scuffling. Nobody says struggling anymore. Nobody. You can mark that down. I've been saying this for 2 years. Then I'm watching Sox Yankees. They said scuffling like 4 times.
Drive you crazy?
It makes me, because I hate,
Scuffling should happen to shoes. You scuffle your shoes. Nothing. You don't
it's
struggle your shoes.
Scuffling is a fight. If you
Yeah.
look it up, it's actually a fight. So when the pitcher, is 0-11 in June, he's not scuffling. He sucks. But scuffling, they all do it. I don't know if ESPN made a rule. Not just ESPN. Fox, when I watch baseball on Fox, they say scuffling. Somebody please. It's a little thing, but it's one of those things once it gets in your head, and you'll never forget this.
I am going to watch it from now on. I've never picked up on it, though. Well, by the time someone starts struggling, I just click out. You know what I mean? I'm not going to watch 9 innings unless you can pull together something that can interest me.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's scuffling.
Can you watch baseball the same way as you could when you were younger, or has the ADD of the modern world got to you more?
That's a complicated answer on some level. As a young kid, are you assuming that I couldn't I didn't have the attention span when I was younger?
No, I felt like when you were
Or I
younger,
could watch it.
yes, you could watch it easily. It was baseball. It was on TV, on the radio. It was comfortable.
Yes, I
But
agree with
now
that.
It's like you find yourself.
I've ruined it with the DVR.
Yes.
I don't watch anything in real time now, and when I do, oh my God, it's hard.
Well, here's the thing. I have trouble with DVR in sports
Right.
because then you're like an idiot cheering for something that already happened. You know what I mean? Like you're like, oh, come on, they can pull this out when everyone else in the world knows. No, they didn't.
I don't have a problem as long as I don't know.
Yeah.
I never forget. I'm working at Stitch's Comedy Club as a barback in Boston before I even became a comedian. Villanova, remember?
Sure.
Villanova, that big game in the '80s. Villanova and was
Georgetown?
it Yeah.
Yeah.
I the whole night I'm recording it on a VCR to give you how this is back in the '80s, and the whole night I got through without hearing the results, and I'm getting out of work at like 1:45 in the morning. I'm walking to my car and don't know the result. So excited, I'm going to stay up all night and watch I hear somebody down the street. Hey, Villanova! It still bothers me.
It's one of the great upsets of all time.
All night I avoid it, and that's hard to do in Boston as far as sports goes. But baseball, to answer your question, I have to record it and fast forward.
I can watch it at the park pretty easily. Watching it
that's
on
out of the question.
watching it on TV is more of a struggle than it used to be. Because I don't know, I'm just sitting around. I'm wondering if I'm fucking missing Trump has done something. You know what I mean?
You flip around.
Yeah, you start to flip around. Like I literally will think, is something broken with the Trump case? Trump is like my OJ, where I just don't know whether I'm cheering for him, like for the anti-hero, or against him.
I do the same. I flip around to CNN, MSNBC to see the chyron.
Oh, it's
say
unbelievable.
Russian collusion.
Yeah.
They are relentless.
Yeah.
11 babies were killed on a highway in it's national news, but you put on MSNBC. Kushner today met with it's priceless to me. They will ignore anything to hang this guy.
I love that fat dude that was with them, though, the guy who they said hooked it up.
Bob Goldstone, or whatever.
He's the old rock and roll guy. And they were saying that, like, years ago, remember that We Are the World shit when they raised all the money for Ethiopia?
Yes.
He was in charge of dropping off stuff there, and he was in Ethiopia for a while, and he gained 7 pounds.
Who?
In Ethiopia. Fucking Goldstone. And they actually said...
You're not confusing him with...
Whoever the fat guy is that put this thing together, the English guy.
But you said We Are the World.
No,
Not
he worked
Geldof.
for them. No, he worked for
he
Geldof.
did? Oh,
yeah,
he did?
That's
Okay.
how long he's been around.
And he put on 7
He put on 7 pounds. And Geldof is like, what are you doing, dude? And he goes, hey, it's fucking Ethiopia. There's nothing to do but eat there. It's so boring. They don't have anything happening. So that guy is like my favorite now.
He does look like... He looks like every agent...
Right.
Comedy agent when I was about 10 years in. Heavy set, But... yeah, so I flip around too. Our attention spans are ruined.
Yeah. But it is fun to go, like, especially late at night when they really get opinionated, to Fox, to MSNBC, over to CNN, and just see how different the story is.
Only one of them's even coming close to the truth. But
no. The Fox guys. They fired.
You see the look on his face?
Don't you agree that they fired the talented Fox guys, though? I mean, there's some people over there that are pretty weak these days.
Well, you mean if you're talking about like O'Reilly?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a big mistake.
But what
Greta Van Susteren, no. She looked like a smallmouth bass and her voice was painful.
You didn't like her at all?
Oh, Christ, no. I didn't like her presentation. I didn't like her looks. I look at the tits first. But, no. She was, Shepard Smith, he fucking hates the president.
Well, Shepard, he was...
hates him. Like most women do. Why is that controversial? He's out of the closet.
No, it was controversial. It's fucking funny. Mind if I fucking sell a joke for you?
Selling? Is that how you do it? By turning your head like an owl? 360? I am so glad you can't. I'm serious. Because I didn't have much today. But
well, you know what? I mean, I'm going to take some shit for this, but
why?
Because I'm supposed to be doing another show. That's what I'm doing.
Not Dean's.
No, I'm the Bonfire, because one of them is going to do my show in Montreal that I wanted you for.
I'm guessing it's Soder.
Yeah.
No, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Big J. Okerson, he's got a problem with no. We've asked him to do this show a couple times.
Yeah.
I did a gig with him a couple weeks ago.
Well, Jay in Montreal,
Buffalo.
Jay in Montreal has got 700 shows that he's doing.
Right.
So I won't be able to use him, but Soder, yeah.
I'm just a little pissed that Jay wouldn't come in here.
Maybe
I bet you Comedy Central said, don't go in there.
Is that what it is?
I'm just, my paranoid guinea mind.
You paranoid? I never
They're
expected.
going, he hits on the racial and gender stuff. You might want to stay clear of that. We'll let Daniel Tosh say whatever he wants because, he has a harmless presentation.
Well, you need to break it up a little bit with at least handicap jokes, don't you?
Yeah, black and brown and yellow and red handicap jokes. It's every headline's about white. Look at why these professors are warning against promoting the work of straight white men. It's just flash mob of 500 teens confront Philly police. I read into that one. I'm just guessing the color of the kids. And how about Bill Nye?
The science guy?
He's up for an Emmy. And look at this. 2 black pastors are suing Coca-Cola. I can't help it.
I don't even know where you find these stories. I have never...
I go to a real obscure website. It's called Drudge.
Now, this sugar thing, that will be the next thing that they get to. The sugar is the fucking future tobacco. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, but, and the tobacco, can we... They're having a field day. Those people... It's not even about, we all know it's bad for you, it'll kill you, give you cancer, but they're having a field day with those commercials and somebody's just, they're having fun with it, how gross they can get. Trying to watch the Yankees and they're squeezing some guy's lung and like yogurt's coming out of it. This is going to happen. I'm getting hungry. I want a cannoli for Christ's sake.
That's how quick I click too. I can't watch any of that shit. I'm just out. I'm done. The second I see that stuff.
It's not because it's too gross. You're just tired of them preaching.
Well, it's gross and I'm tired. Yeah. And, I'm smoking a cigar while I'm watching. So it kind of, I'm like, I'm trying to enjoy a ball game here.
And what's ironic is I was always a casual smoker.
Yeah.
1 or 2 cigarettes, maybe. And I go months without one. But lately, since it's warmed up, I'm on the front porch. My wife buys them. I don't buy them.
Join
8 to 10 now a day. That's a lot. Join
the Cigar Club. All the comedians are smoking
I don't like
cigars.
They're too thick. I'm not comfortable with the circumference of my mouth.
Okay. Too cockish for you.
They're a little too cockish.
Yeah.
Good word.
Too cockish.
Too cockish.
Too cockish.
Michael Dukakis.
He was your guy, right? Michael Dukakis from Massachusetts.
Oh, my God. What a little Greek. What a little Greek, stupid.
That's how. By the way, here's a guy who lost the election for putting on a helmet that was too big for him. That's how different the news is. A guy could put on a helmet.
In a tank.
Yeah, and you're just like, he's done. He's out. Now he can't keep up with anything.
It wasn't just the helmet. That was one of them. But the other thing during the debates, when they asked him, remember it was a Willie Horton question or something about, well, if somebody raped your wife, wouldn't you want them to get the death penalty? And he hemmed and hawed about it.
Right.
Remember?
Yeah, but I know his wife.
You know his what? Cool, Kitty?
Yeah, Kitty, he would have been better off if she was raped and killed. It would have been the best thing that would have happened to that tiny-headed bastard. And seriously, he has a head like a pea.
And she was licking roll-on deodorant, remember?
Yeah.
To get the booze out of it.
Right.
Talk about having an addiction.
And yeah, you're going, honey, there's liquor stores. No one knows. No one cares whether you're in AA or not. You tell me you're that famous, you can't drive into a fucking liquor store?
Honey, there's a liquor store. Oh, I'll just pull this hair. I'll just pull this hair off this right guard.
I don't even know if you can get high like that.
Oh, you can. I did it.
Can you?
Oh, yeah. I guzzled like three Old Spice things in high school. I was fucked up for a week. Remember that, though? She was licking roll-on things.
She was licking that. They think she had drank some fucking furniture polish or something.
Yeah, she did.
Just go to a fucking liquor store, pick up a bottle of gin, like any other old drunk.
The coffee table looks horrible. I know. Couldn't put a sheen on it. My wife finished it.
She licked her. She just tongued it for a fucking hour before he got home. And what is he going to do with that tiny head?
Oh,
She's
my God.
fucking running things.
Who did he run against? Is that Bush? I can't remember.
Reagan, right? No, it was the first Bush.
The first Bush.
Yeah, the first Bush.
Yeah, and he's a war hero, the first Bush. And meanwhile, Dukakis has the balls to put on a helmet. It looked like a Make-A-Wish thing for a kid.
Was he a hero? He got shot down, and Trump has taught us that you don't fucking...
No, he was a fucking hero. He floated around, and they saved him.
Yeah.
No, I know. I hated what Trump said about McCain. I hated that.
And McCain just got his fucking skull, like part of his skull taken off today.
I hope it's the part that makes him think more like a Republican.
Oh, Jesus Christ. He's the actual Republican. He's the guy who thinks like Republicans.
No, he doesn't. He's a fucking rhino.
Why? Because he doesn't...
disappoints me.
Why? Because he doesn't want
He disappoints me.
He doesn't want a wall up or a fucking screen like Trump is now trying to sell us with slats. What the fuck is this? The Venetian blind or is it a wall?
You pull the things.
You know what? No one... Yes, that's what it is.
Come on.
Like curtains on a cheap fucking apartment. But he would have done... I think he could have just said, you know what? We should fix the fence. And no one would have been mad at him. But he said build a wall. And now he's back to fence.
Some places fence, some place wall. I don't think we need any of that. I say you put the military there. 3 deep. For 8,000 miles, 3 deep, bayonets. I'm dead serious.
First of all, there hasn't been bayonets since World War II. They don't even fucking make them anymore.
And look what this position we're in. We're being overrun. I make my point. You stab one of those illegals on the knee, they're not coming back. They're getting an infection.
When's the last time they used the bayonet? They didn't use it in the Korean War, right?
The last time they used a bayonet, I remember seeing a picture of, it was actually McCain in Vietnam eating a melon on the end of it. He's using it as a swizzle stick. We're talking to, not that I have to say this, the guy's been on the radio and he's a legend here, Ron Bennington, and this is great. This is just awesome.
Well, I didn't know that you would even want me. I would have been here every night. I would have been here.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah,
I see how it is. You know, I thought I wanted to go solo. This is much...
Oh, it's better, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Somebody's doing somebody that you can say, no, you're wrong. That's all you want in radio. It's like, you couldn't be more wrong. I always look at people when they're agreeing. I'm like, why? Why are you agreeing? Disagree and get plenty of time. You ever watch those fucking midday sports shows with those guys that they just pretend that they disagree?
Oh, on ESPN?
Yeah.
They churn them out.
Yeah.
They'll just go, who's got bigger feet, Larry Bird or Kevin McHale? Just the stupidest.
Yeah.
Doesn't that remind you of when you were in 5th and 6th grade? Your buddies would come in, who's a better fighter?
Right.
This kid, Nicky Geek, used to throw out these they were totally subjective. And he'd start it would be at a party in high school. He'd come in. What do you think was tougher, Phil Esposito or fucking... And just start an argument, then leave.
They always, yeah. And then here's the thing, because they'll do it all the time with, fucking quarterbacks who play Johnny Unitas.
Oh, that type of
yeah,
shit.
and you're like, Johnny Unitas is dead. Everybody's better than him now. Give me the 3rd string fucking guy from Notre Dame. He's a better quarterback than Johnny Unitas. Let the man's spirit rest.
Terry Hanratty versus Tom Brady when they were freshmen in college.
Terry Hanratty. There was fucking plenty of people who wanted him because, the fact everyone forgets now because Bradshaw's been on TV.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh hated fucking Bradshaw for years.
People who know the football know that.
Right.
Absolutely.
They literally wanted, what do they call him? Jefferson Street Joe Gilliam.
Gilliam.
Yeah, who was a heroin addict. The people were chanting at him over fucking Bradshaw.
I know. And he'd nod off in the huddle, Gilliam.
He had the nods.
Hey, let's go to, do we have to break or no? Good. Let's go to Brian in Alabama.
You got to have commercials to break, Nick. We're not.
I got commercials. Oh, I got a couple.
You got some live reads to do?
Oh, Christ, yeah.
I'm gonna fucking ruin that for you today.
Brian in Alabama. Say hi to Ron Bennington.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
What's up? You're in the
I
Marines.
just heard. Yes, sir. I was. I got out in 2005, but they still issue. That's a standard issue item is the K-bar or a bayonet. Basically.
Is that right? I have
Thank
not
you.
seen one. All
I
right.
told you.
You're going into the Apollo prize closet. Help yourself. You stumped us.
Semper Fi, baby.
I did not know that. I swear to God, this is amazing to me.
Yeah, I mean they're not really used. We train with them, but you
For
know,
what?
we
When
very
you run out of
seldomly ever
bullets?
had to- Basically, yeah, or you just need to cut something on a patrol or something.
All right,
But,
here's
you
what
know,
I want you to do. Go look this up in your log that you have there, your Marine logs. Find out when the last person who died from a bayonet. That's the fucking person that we should name a day off after.
A guy like a couple weeks ago died. He got stabbed in World War II and an infection set in. And
They were charged for murder. Did you ever hear that? Like something breaks loose when a guy was shot in the head back in the fucking 60s, and then the guy who shot him, who got out, is now charged for murder.
Is that right? That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian, where'd you do your training? My dad was at Camp Lejeune.
Yeah, I was out of Camp Pendleton.
Huh.
So, but I was in Yorktown, Virginia for a couple of years also. So
Well,
I did training basically all over, including Lejeune.
there you go. Well, thanks. Thank you for backing me up, Brian, and thanks for your service.
You got me.
Hey, man, no problem. Take it easy, guys.
Take it easy.
So bayonets are still out there.
See, that's the type of listener we get.
Yeah.
An ex-Marine, informed.
Why didn't you go in? What kept you?
I had eczema, seborrhea, and psoriasis.
Now, was your dad in any of the wars?
Just the one with my mother. Well, lasted about, I'd say, 31 years, and he's still fucked up over it. He didn't
Yeah.
see any action, but boy, did he have great stories, man. Just he was on a train and he was with a drunk buddy, and the drunk buddy sees like an army sergeant's jacket, so his buddy starts pissing on the jacket because it's an army jacket, not a Marine. And then the guy comes out of the bathroom. It's like a 6'6". My father had to fight the guy because his buddy was so small and skinny. And the guy,
And then
stuff like that.
And that's who you're saying thank you for your service to guys like that.
This guy did not do that. Oh my God!
My father was in the Navy, World War II. He's 91 years old now.
Your dad was in World War II,
World War
in
II,
the Navy.
Left high school, like they graduated kids early.
Yeah.
I don't know, halfway through his senior year, over in the Philippines, and when the bomb dropped, he was part of. They called it there. There was a thing called like the invasion of Japan or something. They were supposed to hit Japan the same way someday, and he was like, "Fuck, this kind of sucks." And then the bomb went off, and he's like, "Wow."
And he was where when it went off?
He was in the Philippines when, it's not like he was any part
Was
of
he
that
on
at all.
vacation? Or?
Yeah, he was on vacation. He was on a sex vacation. He was literally on a sex vacation. You put those young girls in a basket, you have a fucking rope, they go up and down on your cock. But
What?
Yeah.
That's
But he
hedonism,
literally
too.
said, he goes,
That's sandals.
He said to me, he goes, the first vote I ever had, Truman, I owed him. My dad's a Republican for life, right? He watches, he's 91. I was just down there last weekend. And he watches
God bless
Fox
him.
News like Belichick watches game tape. He's just on it. He's rewinding.
This is my dad, too.
Yeah.
That's his dad, too.
Same thing. My dad was in Burma, Myanmar, in World War II. Same,
that right?
Yeah, he was in the Army Engineer Corps.
Imagine that.
And they dropped the bomb. He said, yeah, we never saw it.
My dad.
How old's your dad?
My dad would be 94 October.
It's unbelievable, right?
Yeah.
My dad didn't see action. He watches porn tape, like Belichick watches game tape. He kept.
I imagine it's Belichick watching all that tape. I don't know.
You've used that reference before. I love it.
I love it too.
I watch it like the Zapruder film. Let's go to Frank in the Bronx. Frank,
Hello,
how are you?
gentlemen, Ronnie boy.
Hey.
I've been following you on Twitter. What a great family you got there. I saw your aunt and your uncle. You're a good man. Beautiful photos. No good.
I don't get the bet. I don't understand.
You've lost.
I'm just saying, I'm so happy. I think it's great that you're spending time with the family. That's all.
Oh, that's what he said. He saw
don't know.
photos of you on.
I'm not on Twitter. I don't have an aunt or a
Oh, it's
uncle.
no.
That's nice though.
Somebody's fucking with me.
Yes,
somebody's fucking with you. But
Somebody's
DM me.
messing with you, Frank.
DM me and I'll fucking show you the real pictures.
I got a blowjob from him too.
Are you on social media?
Thank you, Frank.
Do you do social media at all?
I don't. I don't go on Facebook. I go into. I go into. I get excited about it for like a week, like Twitter.
Right.
I'll hit it hard for a week, and then I won't touch it for 3 months. Facebook, it's just too much. It's overwhelming. They need to clean up the page. I'm on a timeline. There's my mother at a wedding. Next thing you know, it's one of my college buddies. I picture him pissing behind a dorm. And
Do you get listeners on there too? The same thing that you're seeing your mom's picture on? Like the listeners contact you on Facebook?
Some of them do, yes. Are you on that?
No, I've never joined Facebook. I've never joined Twitter. Put the show on those things, but not me.
We have a Twitter show account, and,
Great job.
and
You're on the edge.
and I can't stand the shit. I was just telling him beforehand. I just went on it this weekend just for a second, and I catch a negative remark, and it just...
That's it for you. You're furious.
That's it.
You're ready to bayonet in their fucking neck.
I'm like Trump. John in Vermont. John, go ahead.
You nasty civilians, you. There's no such thing as an ex-Marine there, Mr. Di Paolo.
That's it. John, you make a valid point. Once a Marine, always a Marine. I feel that way about child pedophiles, too.
You know what? But they said, to me, if that's true, they'd still be sending them checks.
Whoa, did you hear that from the smart mouth liberal from Philly?
Mm-hmm.
I heard him. Ronnie, I like you anyways.
Well, you know what? That's very nice, you. And thanks for killing minorities over the past, I don't know, 100 years. When's the last time? Was it World War II since we killed a white person?
We kill whoever's asking for it. They just happen to be black and brown.
Seriously, because Australia's been unnerving me for a while. Here's the problem with Australia. Your country or your continent? Fucking make up your mind. You can't be both.
You can't be a country. What's it, 77 million square miles, and there's 11 people living there. It's kind of a...
And most of them are traveling.
Thank you for the call, John.
You ever notice that? You go anywhere in the world, there's fucking Australians there?
I don't go anywhere in the world. I wouldn't even go to Montreal. You know what I mean?
I really wanted you there for this.
Yeah, well, you
this
know what, Ronnie?
This fucking show would have been perfect for you.
If my aunt had a dick, it would be my uncle. You know what I mean?
I don't even know what that means.
I don't either. That was a quote under my yearbook picture in high school. We got a quest. Daryl wants to know about Ronnie cigars. Daryl from Oklahoma. Go ahead.
Hey, guys. Love the show. I'd love to see you two pair up.
I think so.
We talked about that before. To go out and do something together.
Do they have that kind of money? No, he means every night. Radio show.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can do 2 shows. What's that?
Go ahead,
Ronnie,
Daryl.
what kind of cigars do you prefer? You Maduro, you natural? What brands are you smoking?
Uncircumcised.
Well, most of my cigars come to me from listeners, and it's just wonderful as they mail them in. So, Romeo and Juliet, that's what you can get from me, all right? Go out and get a big barrel, and I'll say your name on the radio. Won't that be fun? To hear your name mentioned on the radio. Thank you, my friend.
Love you guys. Thank you.
See you, Daryl.
But we talked about going out and doing something together sometime.
What do you mean?
This is before you got this show here.
What do you mean
You're
going
like, we'll go out and we'll do a theater, we'll do some clubs or something, and
what? But like you would be hosting a live event?
Whatever we do, it doesn't matter to me what the show is.
As long as we split the door, yeah.
Yeah, you want to split the door?
Absolutely.
I'll tell you what. We'll split the door. You put up 70% of the.
What do we have to put up?
Don't we got to lock these clubs in, or you just letting them take the bar?
Oh, we're doing clubs? I was thinking theaters already. I'm thinking bigger than that.
All right, well, who's paying for the fucking theater then? Who's paying for the theater rental?
We'll get the guy, the serious will pitch in.
The serious guy.
Can't we? Bob in New Mexico. What's going on? Hi, Bob.
This is the water. And this is the well. Drink full. And is it. The horse is the white of the eyes, and dark within.
Here's some audio of Trump today. He's on CNN.
Things I'm smart, not like everybody says. Like dumb, I'm smart, and I want respect.
Is that Don Jr. or is that?
That was Don Jr.,
Senior?
not Don Senior. No.
Yeah. Did you see him yesterday at the golf course? He had to, like the boy in the bubble, he had to stay behind the glass.
Oh, you were going to say something?
No, I'm laughing.
He was what? Behind the glass?
He was behind the glass. I guess they wouldn't let him out around
in his own
people.
golf course.
Yeah.
Because some bitchy
Go ahead. Let it go. Let it
female
fucking
golfers
Yeah.
I'd say about half of them don't like men and half do.
Most of them are Asian, from what I saw yesterday. I don't follow a lot of female golf.
They're Asian?
Yeah, there was just tons of Asian. Like the top 5 finishers were all Asian.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, God, what can we do?
One of the kids had a club foot, too, and was just using it. Fucking teeing off with a club foot. I'm like, that's cheating. Was that Tom Dempsey?
What club should I use? Your left foot. Pull it out of the bag. So you're saying an Asian girl with a club foot won?
Yeah, Asian girl won. Asian girl finished second. Asian girl finished third.
Sounds like it's rigged.
Yeah. I'm so glad. That's an R you used, right?
Trump will look into that.
Yeah. He was loving it because they said that he had tweeted something like 20 times how proud he was of the course. Course looked fucking great.
Did he?
Yeah, he was just tweeting. Like, this is great. Show me one Democrat who has got a golf course like this.
But I do know a guy, my neighbor, who was, he knew somebody who worked for Trump at his courses. And it was a woman, actually. And she was like, what do you call the hostess at one of his places? Not Mar-a-Lago, another one. But anyways, he talked to her and said he comes down, Trump would come down, go right out and talk to all the people that worked there on the grounds, the blue-collar people that make it go every day. And he'd see that, this guy's tractor was broken, one of the groundskeeper. Then he'd go back to management, go in and then ask them, how is everything? And, of course, management would blow smoke up his ass, saying everything's fine, everything's perfect, blah, blah, blah. And he would say, oh, no, it's not. Go talk to Jose about his tractor. You're working this one too hard. He's a man of the people. That's a story, an anecdote.
And in the meantime, he's fucking going behind the back of his management. You know what I mean? That's like if I started walking around your staff going, how's fucking Nick acting, huh? Is he okay with you?
See how he puts a spin on? What are you talking about? Now, if he went to management first, you'd be saying, see, he's a fucking rich 1% asshole. He went out to Jose, who was, digging the sand traps.
My mom, my sister, they all love Trump, too, and they love the family, and they love the little kid, the expert, whatever his name is, the big tall kid that's like 10. So they're like, he's such a sweet boy. And I told him that in his school on the Upper East Side, I said he got mad at the teachers and he went in and shit in the pool. And my mom and my sister were like, what? And my mom actually said this, was he sick? I go, no. I go, he's so fucking rich that if you give him any shit, he'll shit in the pool and make you clean it up. My mom was heartbroken.
You tell your mother that?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
This is the thing. Nick, I wish I didn't. I wish I wasn't that kind of person. But to make a point, when there was I saw them feeling some joy about something. So I had to get in there as quick as I could.
Jesus Christ. You're mean.
Yeah, I know. I'm not happy about it.
We're talking to the legend, if you haven't recognized his voice. Fez. What? Hello?
One more question for you, because I was supposed to do another show at 6. Guns N' Roses, you going?
Where and when?
It's Thursday night at the Apollo. It's a big GNR show for the people right here.
Is Axl going to be 12 hours late?
Probably.
Yeah, that's a big no.
Yeah.
I would love to. Are they really? Yeah. At the Apollo?
The Apollo, yeah, it's a Sirius XM show.
Yes.
No kidding.
Subscriber event.
We've got a brand new Sirius XM Guns N' Roses channel.
That's right.
Yeah. They just play Appetite for Destruction fucking 400 times in a row.
I played Chinese Democracy. I didn't hear anything from anybody. Wasn't that the last album?
Yeah, I think so.
What's Axl weighing in at now? I don't want to be there when he drops dead.
He looks all right. I saw him last summer.
Great.
They were great.
Sounds great.
They sounded great.
And
You're kidding, right?
I'm not kidding.
He toured with AC/DC too last year.
He looked horrible and sounded horrible like 10 years ago, but now he's back.
Got his act together.
Yeah.
Are you now I'm interested.
Yeah.
What time does it start?
We'll go after the show.
10 o'clock.
We'll head up.
Jesus, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Slash?
Yeah, Slash is there.
Better than ever.
I don't like the keyboard player. What was his name? Kevin O'Toole? Now you got me thinking. We got a break? We really do?
All right. Thank you so much, buddy.
No, thank you, Ronnie. I really didn't have much
What
to
are you
come out of
saying
the
right
gates
now?
with.
I can stop by anytime I want.
What are you kidding me? You are the legend here.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll do
Maybe
that.
they'll like our chemistry next thing you know.
Yeah. Gonna make a few bucks. All right, guys. Enjoy your show.
Thank you so much, Ron. Say hi to Gail, too.
I will.
Gonna have her on. I saw her in the hallway, so Tell her I didn't forget. That's the great Ron Bennington. We got to take a break, folks.